call up the first speaker of today's speech competition representing Volta House and speaking on the topic, winning isn't everything. We have Naisha at Valley.
Imagine the roar of the crowd, the thrill of victory, the crushing heartbreak of defeat. In the recent drama of the Africa Cup of Nations, we witnessed Nigeria's journey, soaring triumphs followed by a final bitter loss against Ivory Coast. But does the scoreboard always tell the whole story? Today, let's dive beyond winning and losing to discover the hidden power in the process itself. You have been training for a competition for weeks, pouring your heart and soul into every practice session, and you go on stage and give your best. But when the results are announced, your name isn't called up for first place. Disappointment washes over you, leaving a bitter taste in your mouth. We have all experienced this. But here's the thing. While winning feels fantastic, it's not the only measure of success. Those setbacks, the times you fall short, are actually packed with hidden opportunities. They teach you valuable lessons that winning simply can't. Think about it. When you face a challenge and you don't quite nail it, you're forced to dig deep and reflect. You analyze your mistakes, identify areas where you could improve, and strategize how to tackle similar situations in the future. This process builds mental toughness, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep pushing forward. It's like a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it gets. These experiences also foster humility. You learn to appreciate the hard work and achievements of others, realizing that everyone faces their own struggles. This newfound empathy allows you to connect with others on a deeper level and build stronger relationships. So, the next time you face a setback, don't see it as a failure. Instead, view it as a stepping stone on your journey to growth and self-discovery. Embrace the learning process. Focus on giving your best efforts and enjoy the ride. Remember, the most valuable lessons are not learned on the podium, but along the way. And that's what truly matters in the long run.
Thank you very much, Naisha. What a way to start the show. Winning is not everything. So, contestant, please remember that at the end of this speech, winning is not everything. But I'm sure you went through a process. So that process is what matters. Thank you very much. Please let us appreciate her one more time. Judges, please let us remember to enter the grades as they go on their presentation. Up next, speaking for Congo House on the topic, idle minds can also be creative. We have Christine Ubituo.
Idle minds are the devil's workshop. I'm sure this is a sentiment that many of us have heard before, but I think differently. I think idle minds can also be creative. Creativity, creativity, creativity. Each of us have our own perspectives on what this is. According to the Oxford Dictionary, creativity is the use of imagination and creativity of original ideas to create something. It's inventiveness. Creativity is the spark of an idea that we fan into the flames of innovation. It has what has led humankind to the heights we have achieved today. Think of the moment when your most brilliant idea struck you. Was it always during intense brainstorming sessions where you worked yourself to the bone? Or maybe it was during a quiet walk in nature, perhaps daydreaming by the window, allowing your mind to wander freely. Neuroscience supports this. Studies show that people who embrace daydreaming engage deeply more with their idle thoughts, fostering unexpected ideas and these moments of rest from external demands that our brain can truly explore the vast landscape of our inner world. Think of it like this. Have you ever stared at a blank paper, feeling overwhelmed, unsure of what to write or draw? Often, this very blankness becomes the catalyst of creativity. It's in the absence of structure that our creative power takes flight, allowing us to explore new possibilities and thinking outside the box. Who knows what brilliant ideas might blossom from the fertile ground of an idle mind? The next groundbreaking invention, a masterpiece of art, or simply a fresh approach to an old problem. So the next time you find yourself with downtime, with a moment, don't fear the idleness. Embrace it and see where your creative mind takes you. Thank you.
Coming up next for Senegal House, speaking on the topic, all students should take a period of voluntary work outside the school. An interesting one. And we have Jaden, always busy.
Now, I can already guess what some of you are thinking. I know, giving to others is good or whatever. I really don't need some lecture to tell me, blah, blah, blah. Well, listen up. Voluntary work is way more than you think. You've only just scratched the tip of the iceberg. By the time I leave this stage, your eyes will be open and your minds will understand why all students should undertake a period of voluntary work outside of school. First, it is important that we understand what voluntary work really is. It's simply willingly giving your time, your efforts, and skill to help others without expecting any sort of financial reward. You might wonder, why though? Why should I go and expend my time and give my energy for a bunch of people who don't even know me? Do you know that voluntary work, aka community service, helps you develop life skills and talents even when you're still in school? You can become way more responsible and resourceful, and the respect goes without saying. You gain enhanced communication skills and lots of leadership abilities, such as working collaboratively, pushing personal boundaries, and helping others even when it doesn't suit you. All of these are skills you need to succeed in any 21st century working environment. So why would anyone still think voluntary work is pointless? Have you ever felt that you just don't have a purpose in the social order? Volunteering changes that. Studies by Kevin Lanza have shown that children who are involved in voluntary work are 66% more likely to show positive behavior, lack mental illnesses, flourish physically, and even have a better memory. Imagine how relieved the pastoral team at school would be when all negative behavior is replaced with positive ones, only because of voluntary work. It doesn't end there. Voluntary work places you way above your peers when it comes to seeking admission to higher schools or employment. Colleges and employers typically want to hire people who have a history of volunteering because it shows that the applicant has an interest in helping others and also has real-world experience. So tell me, why wouldn't you want to have a wow factor in a highly competitive world? Maybe you're unaware, but when you do voluntary work, you actually contribute an important part to building society. Your little work can have a ripple effect on society and make the world a much better place. I would like to end my speech with the wise words of the famous boxer Muhammad Ali, who said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Stop being a debtor and help your community in your own little way." Thank you.
From Benway House, speaking on the topic, idle minds are also creative, we have Umaru Theodora.
Listen up, everyone. Are you tired of the same old routine? Are you sick of the endless cycle? Wake up, study, sleep? Well, buckle up, because I'm going to rev up those idle minds and ignite a fire within each and every one of you. Good afternoon, panel of judges, teachers, and students. I'm here to shed light on a common misconception that idle minds lack creativity. Firstly, let's understand that creativity goes beyond the sky. It is not limited to a certain boundary. It rather thrives at times of relaxation, idleness, and daydreaming. When our minds are not tied up in deadlines, works, and routines, they tend to explore new ideas and unforeseen connections. Try to think about some famous musicians, artists, innovators. Do you think they never had idle minds? No. They let their imaginations go wild, which led them to many achievements born out of idle moments. Let's take Steve Jobs for an example, the founder of the iPhone. He dropped out of Reed College after only one semester to dream up ideas in his mom's garage. Do you hear me? His mom's garage. Sometimes, the most unconventional paths lead to extraordinary destinations. Moreover, Agnes provides a foundation for innovation and problem solving. Statistics from 2009, taken by University Medical Center Utrecht, showed that a group of teens actually performed better than idle teens who just stuck to a routine and never let their mind go through, with a staggering 69.4% of the idle teens getting a higher score on their IQ test. Furthermore, idle moments help in self-discovery. By being idle, we dig into our emotions, feelings, and thoughts, and gain insights that can help in creative ventures and even understanding ourselves better by being idle. Now, I want you all to think of a time when you were idle. You just spaced out. How did you feel? What crazy thoughts and imaginations filled your head? In conclusion, let's not underestimate the power of creativity and idle minds. These are the foundation for innovation, creativity, and self-discovery, and thus contribute to a better world. I'm going to end with a quote. An idle mind is like a diamond, able to reflect the light of knowledge, illuminating the world with its brilliance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now the moment of truth. We're about to find out who goes on to the second round for the Key Stage 3 category. Drum roll. Moving on to the second category, we have two houses. One of them had 19 points, and the other had 17 points. They did quite well. It was quite impressive. In fact, all of them did well. But just two can move on. And we're about to find out who moves on. So drum roll again. Now moving on to the final round, we have Benue and Senegal House. All right, coming up first, representing Benue House and speaking on the topic, all students should undertake a period of voluntary work outside of school. We have Salami Abdulbasit.
Aristotle, famous Greek philosopher, once said, "The essence of life is to serve others and do good." Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members and fellow students. Have you ever wondered what lies beyond textbooks and classrooms? It's a world filled with transformative experiences, invaluable lessons, and a chance to make a real difference. Today, I invite you to explore the realm of voluntary work outside of school, where the seeds of compassion and growth are sown. Engaging in voluntary work outside of school offers us as students the chance to learn essential life skills such as effective communication, collaboration, and adaptability. Additionally, it engages us in a path of self-discovery and empowers us to make positive impacts on our communities. Did you know that around 96% of volunteers said that the action itself had enriched their sense of purpose in life? Or that 77% of volunteers said that it improved their mental health, and 53% saying it improved their physical health as well? There are some advantages that come with undertaking a period of voluntary work outside of school, such as you get to meet new people, you get to grow your social circle, you get to become a leader, and students who engage in volunteering stand out from the crowd. Additionally, student volunteering is fun. You get to put your heart and soul into a project that helps so many people. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Some examples of voluntary work are local tutoring programs, engaging in community service projects such as donating used books and items, or maybe you could even volunteer at a school library. There are also environmental conservation projects such as volunteering at an animal shelter or planting trees in local parks. I strongly believe volunteering outside of school helps us grow as individuals in order to acquire essential life skills and positively impact the world. I will end with the quotes by Martin Luther King Jr. that says, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdul Basit. That's the first year 7 speaker. Please let us applaud him. That was very impressive. Representing Senegal House and speaking on the topic winning is in everything, we have Samridi Patel.
I need you all to open the portals of your imagination. Think back to when you won a competition, passed an exam, or succeeded with a task. Yes, I can see someone smile over there. Now, I want you to think back to a time when you failed a test or lost a competition you were so sure you'd win. Year 10s, I want you to think about how you felt when Mr. Akinola didn't call your name for prefect. Not a pleasant experience, is it? Well, we live in a world obsessed with winning. Everyone wants to get that golden trophy or set a new record. And trust me, I am part of them. But in pursuit of this gold medal, don't we often lose sight of something even more important? See, don't get me wrong. Winning is important. It fuels our drive and gives us that sweet release of dopamine. However, winning is not everything. It's just a fraction of the challenge and always leaves us chasing for the next race to run. Instead of focusing on winning, let's shift our focus to the journey. The journey is the important lessons we learn and the resilience we forge. It is in the hurdles we face, the doubts we have, and the moments of doubt and defeat that we have, that we discover our true potential. We learn from our mistakes, adapt to challenges, and find strength where doubt floods our minds. Think of the speakers who have spoken thousands of words before finding their voice. The scientists who have had millions of failed experiments before having their breakthrough. And the entrepreneurs who faced thousands of rejections before building their empire. Their stories are not just a narration of victory, but a test of perseverance, learning from hurdles, and finding new skills and meanings along the way, not just the shiny trophy. For instance, if I win this competition today, my pride will not just be in winning, but in the fact that I have managed to conquer my fears in the face of thousands of eyes staring at me right now. Embrace the thrill of competition and the joy of victory, but do not let it define you. Let us not just be winners or champions, but explorers, dreamers, and learners for every new challenge life throws at us. As in the end, the best prize isn't the shiny trophy or the gold medal, but the lessons we've learned. T.S. Eliot once said, "It is good to have an end to journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end." Thank you.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I couldn't stop smiling. I've known Samridi since year 7 and I never knew she could speak like that. So like she said, she has over, no, it's more than that. She flew over that fear and stepped on this stage and spoke to us with confidence, grace. In fact, let's applaud her more. Speaking on the topic, are sustainable fashion brands really sustainable? We have Hawa Zaira Ibrahim.
ASOS, Zara, Shein, all these brands contributing billions of pounds of CO2 into our air each day. Child labor, abuse, and pollution runs rampant in our fashion industry. Yet some brands still claim to be above all this controversy. They call themselves sustainable and put a little green plant on their packaging, trying to buy you into their lives. Well, today, I'm going to uncover all these lies and expose you to the truth and reality of our fashion industry. My first case study is a popular one, H&M. I can bet more than half of you have bought something from there before. But do you know that in 2018, despite its promises, the company failed to pay 850,000 garment workers a basic living wage? Even worse, many countless accounts of physical and sexual abuse come from garment workers and women in their factories each year. H&M Conscious, a collection branded as sustainable and eco-friendly, was recently exposed for even containing a higher percentage of synthetics than their main collection. When brought to court to face these accusations, however, the company claimed they never even said its Conscious collection items were eco-friendly. This is how companies get away with pollution and corruption, by fancy words, clever marketing, and exploitation of their workers. Another well-known brand accused of greenwashing is Primark. Primark launched Primark Cares, their green initiative, in 2021. But let's be real, how can a brand like Primark, known for its extremely cheap prices, take on the huge effort of switching from street labor to being sustainable? The answer is simple: it can't. Getting the right materials and factories with fair wages can never be cheap. Brands like Primark and Shein use child labor to make their products so cheap. How can a t-shirt priced at £3 cover production, material, transport costs, pay someone a decent living wage, and still make huge profits? But amidst the darkness, there are some brands that give us a small glimmer of hope. Brands like Patagonia, Reformation, and more are confirmed to be eco-friendly and actually contribute positively to our environment. However, our society is still trained to follow the cheapest, trendiest brands rather than consider the sustainability. Together, we can limit the amount we buy from fast fashion brands, no matter how sustainable they claim to be. Thrifting, buying handmade, or even second-hand clothes are much better and even cheaper alternatives. We should all think about the poor exploited child labor working for 15 hours a day for a mere pittance of a salary before we place our Shein, ASOS, or Zara order. Thank you.
Very much for that speech, Zahira. Up next for Congo House, speaking on the topic Money Buys Happiness, we have Jordan Ogetuo.
Money doesn't buy happiness. Said by every wealthy person ever. I believe money buys happiness. Let's face it, most of us sitting in this room are extremely privileged. We go to an amazing school, we live in nice houses, we drive nice cars, we have been abroad at least once in our lifetimes, and you want to come and tell me that money doesn't buy happiness? Let's stop and think for a moment. Would you be a fraction of the happiness you are at now if you were living on the streets of Abuja, having to beg for 1 meal a day? I don't think so. Now, before I can get into this speech, what exactly is happiness? Happiness is the feeling that you have when something gives you pleasure, and it can be quite the lively feeling. I would like to know, is there anybody who would be content with a life where you are hungry but you can't afford food, where you are sick but you can't go to the hospital, where your pocket has to approve before you move? I don't think so. I'd like to make something clear. Having money can't prevent sadness, definitely, but it can ensure you happiness, even for the smallest period of time. Money is one of the most important things in ensuring one's safety, comfort, and most importantly, happiness. Let me give you an example. The world of Formula One racing, lots of champions from lots of wealth. Would you believe me if I told you that in the last 10 years, only 1 out of over 40 drivers originated from poverty? For centuries, wealth has opened countless doors, enabling people to enjoy their careers, not just one that will attempt to pay the bills. While I'm not suggesting that happiness can be equated to wealth and material possession, I believe those who have wealth have a higher chance of achieving happiness. Now, to end my speech, I'd like to leave you all with a question. Knowing that being sad is inevitable, where would you rather be crying? Thank you.
Okay, that was impressive. All right, coming up next for Senegal House, speaking on the topic, should financial freedom be taught in schools? We have Toluwala Sheabiri.
Let's try this. If I were to give you $1,000 to live as an adult for a week, would you be able to pay your bills, buy groceries, buy data, and more? Or would you spend it all on a fancy TikTok gadget or a new dress? Financial literacy is not a privilege, but a right that so many of us have been denied of. The purpose of school is to prepare us for life outside of these hallowed halls. And one of the skills needed for that life is understanding and managing your personal finances. Actually, let's think about it. How many of the subjects you're taught in school are really needed for your life? Is differentiation really needed for a future artist? I'm sure many of you are wondering why you should learn financial literacy when you can hire somebody to manage your money for you. Think about it this way. Would you be able to recognize if someone was stealing from you, or would you remain clueless as your fortune is sucked away into multiple offshore accounts? Let's talk about the benefits. Financial literacy helps you to prepare for emergency situations. According to the Financial Industry Regulatory Agents Authority, FINRA, 53% of individuals who are financially literate spend less than they earn, with 65% having a 3-month emergency fund. On the other hand, only 35% of individuals with low financial literacy spend less than they earn, with 42% having a 3-month emergency fund. Look at that gap. This shows us that when you are taught the skills for financial literacy at a young age, you are able to make positive financial decisions that will help you to prevent eventual financial ruin or even bankruptcy. Not to mention, financial literacy classes, when done right, can teach problem-solving skills and critical thinking, which will broaden your mind and widen your horizons. These classes will enable you to look at things from different perspectives and make you an all-round better person. After all of these points, is it a wonder why financial literacy should be taught in schools worldwide? Thank you.
We're moving on to the last speaker of the Stage 4 category. For Volta House, speaking on the topic, let go of the past, Moshokwe Folua Kolako.
Imagine scrolling through your life, like a social media feed. Do you ever come across a post that makes you cringe, or wish you could unpost it? Well, life doesn't come with an edit button, but it does come with lessons learned and experiences gained. The past can feel like a heavy backpack, filled with regrets or hurts. But what if, instead of carrying it around forever, we learn to unpack its contents and use them to build a brighter future? Think of it like this. Those embarrassing moments you wish you could erase, they actually taught you valuable social skills, making you a more aware and considerate person. That fight with your best friend, it showed you the importance of communication and forgiveness. So how do we unlock this future? Holding on to the past is like keeping a closed book. Sure, it's safe there, but it can't offer any new insights or growth. Remember, letting go of the past isn't about forgetting. It's about learning and moving forward. Acknowledge your feelings. It's okay to feel hurt, angry, or regretful. Bottling things up makes it harder to move on. Take responsibility. If you messed up, own it. Blaming yourself needs help, but learning from your mistakes will. Maya Angelou once said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Shift your focus. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, channel your energy into something positive. Learn a new skill, spend time with loved ones, or pursue a passion. Embrace the present. Life is happening right now, not in the past. Focus on creating new memories, experiences, and relationships. Remember, the past is not a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone, not a prison. Use it to become a stronger, wiser you. As an anonymous quote says, time can't heal you unless you move along with it. So let's close the book on the past and start writing a new chapter for our future, filled with exciting possibilities. Thank you.
Wow, those are some interesting speeches. But moving on to our second round of the spelling bee. Let's welcome Ehizoye David from Benue House, Shadon Oseza from Congo House, Faithful Jacko from Senegal House, and Khadija Kazeem representing Volta House. So the rules remain the same. Each contestant will be given a word, and if they fail the word, they are eliminated and will have to leave the stage, and the last man standing wins. I'll now hand over to Mrs. Catherine.
Great, thank you. Right, contestant number 1. Can you spell the word accommodation?
ACCOMMODATION.
Correct. Contestant number 2. Can you spell development?
Development, DEVELOPMENT.
Correct. Contestant number 3. Can you spell February?
FEBRUARY.
Correct. Contestant number 4. Can you spell consequence?
CONSEQUENCE.
Incorrect, sorry. Next contestant, can you spell the word queue, as in stand in a line? You have 10 seconds left. Okay, thank you. Okay, you can go ahead.
QUE UUEUE.
Correct. Next contestant, can you spell the word jealous?
Jealous, JEALOUS, jealous.
Correct. Next contestant, can you spell the word rhyme? As in-
RHYME.
Correct. Next contestant, can you spell the word sincerely? Please, audience, please, you need to listen. Don't say any letters. Just say it in your head, but don't say it out loud. Thank you.
SINCERELY.
Correct. Next contestant, can you spell the word acknowledged?
you repeat the word, please?
Acknowledged, as to say you received something, you acknowledged it.
Acknowledged. ACKNOWLE. GED.
Incorrect. Okay. Next contestant, can you spell the word rhythm, as in used in guitar or music? Rhythm.
RHYTHM.
Correct. Can we give them another round of applause, please? They did so well. Next contestant, can you spell the word recuperated?
Sorry, please can you repeat the word?
Right, it's getting more challenging now, because these are two very good spellers, I can see. Okay, recuperated, meaning to get better. Recuperated.
Can I say it again?
You can start again. Please, audience, it's important you stay quiet. Okay, one last chance.
RECUPERAT.
Correct. Next contestant, can you spell the word archaeologist?
ARCHAELOGIST.
Incorrect. Should we give her one more word? Okay. Final contestant. Can you spell the word interesting?
INTERESTING.
Well done.
All right, moving on to the next round. We have. Oh, it was really tight. The first had 19 points, and the second had 17 points. We have Congo and Senegal House. So coming up immediately to speak to us, we have Halima Tupinda speaking on the topic, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's for Congo House.
You look like a dead rat. I pity the cat that will eat you. Have you ever heard something like that? Growing up, I've heard many creative insults. You look like a monkey from when I was younger too. You look easy to draw from recent times. I vividly remember how in years 5 and 6, my friends and I would roast each other in equally dramatic and pathetic ways just to seem cool. To be honest, none of them were even original. We all just took them from a YouTube channel that only made yo mama jokes. But under all of that, however, I think all we ever needed was for someone to tell us that our beauty lies in the way we see ourselves. In the era we live in now, with elderly getting plastic surgery and 10-year-olds rating skincare stores like Sephora, I think it's important to remember that beauty is subjective. Someone who's unattractive to you is gorgeous in the eyes of someone else. People whine and bully each other all the time for being unattractive, which is quite silly. We live in a world with 8 billion people. And out of those 8 billion, everyone is unique. Isn't that quite a feat? The only one who can change the way you see yourself is you. What I'm trying to say is, everyone is beautiful in their own way. It's futile trying to fit everything into society's asinine beauty standards. Watching suicide rates climb, girls spending hours upon hours doing makeup for one outing, spending heaps and heaps of money on plastic surgery and cosmetics for a life that in the end will not last forever, a life that is yours to forge, yours to see, and yours to experience. You're beautiful, so I want all of you to repeat this to yourself. I am beautiful, I am unique, and I am me. I may not be perfect, but I am me. All you have to do is let yourself see it.
Mona Chiso Dozie will be coming up for Senegal House to speak on the same topic.
The fact that beauty is in the eye of the beholder simply means that what makes you truly beautiful is how you view yourself and not how society says you should look. Whether or not you meet the expectation of someone or a group of people for appearance does not define who you are. Nearly 7 in 10 girls believe that they are not good enough. And do you know who creates this mindset? Society. Who gives society the right to tell us what is considered attractive and what isn't? It is us as a people that form the root of our issues. As a world filled with people with a conscience, who on earth gives anyone a right to define what makes a person beautiful? The concept that beauty is a matter of personal taste and not an absolute standard should not astonish you. Western cultures often associate beauty with youth, fair skin, and a popular body type, the figure 8. Oftentimes, features like the dark skin of both men and women are criticized, and it often leads to harmful practices like bleaching to attain that perfect look. A world in which we wouldn't have to conform to beauty standards would be a great one, wouldn't it? However, when there's also the tendency to attribute beauty to facial appearance, what truly makes us beautiful beyond aesthetics is what is beneath the surface. In my book, you can't be only a person with looks, but a person with good character too. Instead of promoting looks that may be attainable but not worth maintaining, we should embrace who we are. We should not let the appearance of an opinion of another person affect the way we look at ourselves, no matter what gender you are. Self-love and confidence should be practiced instead of discontent with oneself. The embracing of diversity and the acceptance of the notion that we all should not look the same should be promoted, and it gives the odds to make the difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Muna, for that. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Two of them spoke on the same topic. Please, what is one thing you took up from that speech? But everything about beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I am beautiful.
I am me.
I can't hear anything. Anyone here? No one? Anyone here? Nobody?
Problem in the society.
Problem in the society.
The problem is the society.
No, the problem is the society. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. And who is the society? Oh, the problem is all of us. Aha, okay. You said who? Me? How am I the problem? No, I'm not society. That's not my name. I'm Mr. Guru. The society is all of us. Yeah, so the problem is you and I. No, the problem is you. Okay, so please, we are all beautiful, we are all handsome. We need to appreciate ourselves. Please, let's put our hands together.
I just want to say, wasn't that incredible? What an incredibly high standard. You all just absolutely amazing. Well done. Another round of applause, please. Just amazing. Well done.
I'd just like to add that the range and the maturity and the level of research that's gone into what are some very, very complex topics was really quite moving and endearing to hear. And regardless of who wins today, the messages that we take away should not be lost in this competition. Well done to all of you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. For that, let me quickly run through the winners of today's speech competition. So for the Key Stage 3 category, the final round was between Bentley and Senegal House. So the winner of the round With a total of 52 points and 39 points respectively, we have Senegal and Benue House. Oh, sorry, I didn't call your name. For Senegal House, the winner of the Key Stage 3 category, we have Samrini Bata. So Samrini wanted to make sure I called her name. She asked me who won. That's why I had to call her name. So for the Key Stage 4 category, we have... It was between Congo and Senegal House. Okay. With 48 and 43 points respectively, the winner of the Key Stage 4 round is Senegal House in second place and Congo in first place with 48 points. So the winner of the Key Stage 4 round, we have Halima Tupinda. Please let us have. Now the overall points. In fourth place, with 28 points, we have Volta House. In third place, with 74 points, we have Benue House. In second and first place, with 129 points and 82 points respectively, we have... Well, I think we should listen to those speakers. No, I mean, there's some time, so let us give them... Okay. All right, that's fine, thank you. Thank you. So, with 129 points in first place and 82 points in second place, we have, respectively, second place, first place Senegal House, second place Congo House. Well done, Senegal House, well done. Well done.